Gaffer, start with the loan signing of Dale Taylor. What do you think he can bring to your squad?
I'm a big fan of Dale. He played out wide or in a sort of number 10 position for Wigan last year, but I really like him in the striker position. So he can do a few positions, but I like the attributes that he has as a 9, and he trained today. And showed a really good mentality. Yeah.
Were you looking at? Was it always planned to bring kind of another loan in that striker department, or were you considering permanent options?
In terms of Dale, I think there was a bit of discussion about both at the time. It was probably that didn't materialise in terms of a permanent. He just signed a new contract with Forest and then came to us the same day. No, that's just how that sort of that transfer worked out. That it was going to be a loan. I think ideally, obviously, the 6 loans. It's quite difficult to manage. I think with Michael's injury, it's a little bit less so for the next 3 or 4 weeks. But with Michael being such an important player, I'm really looking forward to getting him back. And then I think we'll probably have to do some work on those 6 loans and definitely try and make one of those permanent, because the more options we have for the squad, the better.
I'm presuming in terms of a permanent, striker long term, not easy to come by in terms of a league, in League One. Have you found that the case?
I think it's. Look, I'm really happy with the ones we've got. I think Josh Stones is the same. I know they're all young and that sort of stage of career, but that's where we are at the moment in the market. So I've got nothing negative to say about it. If anything, I've been really pleased with Joe Hugel. I think if we got the last pass right, which we should have done against Crawley, then the chances and big chances that he would have had I'm pretty sure he would have taken. I think that last pass has been so important. I've been really happy with Joe, and now the competition's strong. We've got Josh Stones, we've got Dale. I've said it more than one time. I think the more competition we have, the better.
And the window's obviously still open till late Friday, so potentially some more movement.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, they're working pretty hard. It's really for the same thing in each position that we sign a player. I told the players at the end of the season, in their position, I want to sign a senior player to fight for the jersey. I don't want anyone to feel safe with their position. So plenty of work still to be done. On the field, Birmingham up next. How's the squad shaping up? Matt Smith, is he okay after Crawley? Yeah, Matt's fine. I think that was just a knock. Same as Joe Hugel. Everyone from that game is fine. Johnny Smith is getting closer. Michael, we won't get back from Brentford for another week or so. And then you've got Luke Robinson, Tyrese. They're still a few weeks away. So, everyone's that was fit. And then you add Dale to that now. How do we approach the game? We know what a powerhouse in this division Birmingham are, but we've got a good record. We had a good record last year against the big boys, didn't we? Do we go in there with confidence, wanting to play as we do? Yeah, we'll try and play. We've had sort of different performances so far. We've thought we were excellent in the first game against Charlton, but didn't win. And then we've had different types of performances, even the first hour at Barnsley. As I've said, I really didn't like Reading, and we bounced back again in a very different way against Crawley. So, this game, again, look, I think when you look at the resources, the level of investment at Birmingham, it's them, and I think the rest of the league, in my opinion, they're so strong, and it looks like they're getting stronger. It looks like they're signing the Scottish striker that I'm a big fan of. I know the manager a little bit. I worked with him at Celtic when he was assistant under Brendan. But just in terms of the financial backing they've got, they are so strong. Really good team. Got some really good players. I know the left back from Hearts, really good player. It's going to be a big test. If you look at the financial side of things, there shouldn't be a contest. But we will go there and try and play. And we're preparing to try and win the game. When you say you're trying to play, how do you go into the game in terms of do we let them have a bit more of the ball? Do you want to control the ball? Have you figured out how that's going to work? I think you prepare for all sort of scenarios. Of course, we want to try and impose our way of playing, but there's different ways to win. I think even with Crawley, when you look at the first half, I actually really liked the first half. Whether we had 40% of the ball, 35, in that particular game, it didn't matter. if their goalkeeper stood on the ball for a minute long, I had no problem with that, as long as there was certain areas that I didn't want them to get to. It'll be the same with Birmingham. They've got real strength. Yeah, they've got brilliant players for this level. So yeah, we'll have to try and be aggressive. But when we have the ball, I need us to play the same as when we played Charlton. This will be an even bigger test. This is probably the biggest test, by far the biggest test I've had in League One, even last year. Yeah, this is the gulf between the two teams. But I can't really say anything negatively, because I've said this before, it was our club. If you go back a few years, okay, I think Birmingham's level of investment has surpassed anything I think this club's even done. But in years gone by, it's been our club. So I think it would be wrong of me to come or speak negatively about it when it has been our club that 2 or 3 times has been the biggest spender in this league and blown everyone else away. We just have to find our way of trying to win this game this weekend.
It's a great challenge, isn't it, for some of the younger players to play in the environment, you know, at St Andrews, a big stadium, a big club. Do we see who our personalities are on Saturday in terms of that environment? Yeah,
we will. And the game will fluctuate, so it's not going to be. There'll be ups and downs within the game. I think looking at the atmosphere, it looks like a brilliant atmosphere at Birmingham at the moment. I've been on the other side of that city, so I know the sort of intensity that Birmingham City and their fans have. It's actually really intense support that they have, and they now look like they've got a bit of belief. They've got new owners. They look to be moving forward at a fair old pace. So yeah, the atmosphere looks really, really good at the game. So again, yeah, it'll be a big test for our younger players. Yeah, it was amazing. Look, we had 2 of our academy boys have our first appearance in League One last week, and there's a good chance they'll be on the pitch again. And yeah, I know the finances of Birmingham, but at that point when the game's going, it's their man versus ours, and let's see what we've got.